Welcome back to World of Warcraft. We're at the Lich King Classic Blind. It's time to race. Although I don't expect we're actually going to end up needing to race. We'll see. We did try racing the racers before. It mostly worked, but they just despawned if you got too far away, so you could kind of cheat. We'll see what that means for the quest we're doing here. Also ended up having to come over here to record intro, outro, thumbnail, and everything. So we are not starting with going to the auction house and dealing with all this. We can at least start by getting these disenchanted. That'll save us some space. I think this is a good plan. Is that equipped? Yep. Don't worry, we got a whole nother inventory of these. Don't you worry. Belts and gloves, hammers, all this stuff. This bow again, boots. We've looked at these. Probably not gonna find anything super fantastic from low-level quests. Although you never know. And in order to actually make this be less space, small glimmering shard, lesser essences, greater essences, strange dust. That's alright. It's interesting that these enchanting things don't even have an vendor price. It's just an auction price. Which does make them cheaper to have on the auction, so that works. Dust. Essence. Lovely. More inventory space. Good stuff. Alright. Let's accept every quest we can see.
Can I help you?
Because that is, in fact, the plan here. All the time. All the time. Hardened shells. My brother is working on a new fuel for his rocket car. He's brilliant, he really is. So brilliant that I think that new fuel he's designed is strong enough to eat right through the car's chassis. I want to reinforce its fuel tanks before that happens. The tortoises out on the flats have very hard shells. I want to use them to create new tanks for our rocket car. Tanks that can hold my brother's new fuel. You look responsible enough. Will you get me those shells? 9 hardened tortoise shells.
Alrighty then.
Seems reasonable. In the area. Very convenient.
Greetings.
Salt flat venom. I have so many designs for our rocket car. So many, I must try them all. Working on a new type of fuel. One that burns really, really, really hot. I haven't gotten the mixture perfect, but I think I know what I need. The scorpions who wander the Shivering Flats have a venom with lots and lots of salt in it. It's very unique. It's just what I need. Bring me venom, and trust me, our car will fly.
Very well then.
Hopefully, this tortoise shell tank can deal with the new venom fuel. I see what the first guy was talking about. Having constant problems here.
Here there.
And he's got 3 quests.
Very good.
Always more to see than the amount of symbols on the map here. Rocket car parts. With all the races they're running here, it's no surprise that a few mishaps happen along the way. If you look around the Shivering Flats, you'll see evidence of past crashes. Scraps of rocket car parts are littered everywhere. Those parts are worth money to the gnomes and goblins. They're always looking for more contraptions to slap onto their cars. So go out and get me parts. Bring me a heap and I'll pay you well. 30 rocket car parts. So again, just strewn about the desert here. Lovely stuff. Wharfmaster Dizzywig.
Up with you.
I'm making my job to get people where they need, and the gnomes over there need a part order filled. Their parts were shipped to Ratchet a week ago, but I haven't been able to make the trip. So you ready for some legwork? Go to Ratchet and give this parts order to Wharfmaster Dizzywig. He'll probably be at the docks. As for me, I'll have more jobs for you. Jobs, my friend, with a serious profit potential. Yeah, we've been to Ratchet and talked to Dizzywig just recently. So we know all about
Very good.
that. And Hemet Nessingwary Jr.
Watch, get her back.
A package for a new customer of mine, a dwarf named Hemet Nessingwary Jr. The package took weeks to arrive, and Hemet's long gone by now. So he was going to Stranglethorn to take his father's place and hunt the beasts there. But he left me some money to send his delivery when I could. Here's a rich dwarf, and it's a good idea to keep up relations with the rich ones, eh? So, you want to deliver the package for me? Heard he has a camp in Stranglethorn, north of Romgal. So all the way to Stranglethorn. That's actually fine. Ratchet to Booty Bay to Stranglethorn. That works. Hemet Nessingwary Jr. in Stranglethorn Vale. Potentially because Hemet Nessingwary has gone to later areas for his expeditions. I wonder if that would be something that was added later. Should be there though. We might have a separate camp or something.
Off with you.
I suppose we will find out. Alright. We got parts order. You can read the parts order. Order number 45, TK3. Buyer is Crabble Colbeard. Needs a three hydro ratchets, 50 repeater bolts, 12 20 gauge copper tubings, 1 Deep Fury brand snuff, and 3 high grade prisms. Alright. What's here?
What's up?
And box here. What's here? Can't look in the box. Low lightning. When it comes to racing, every bit counts. Whether it's a minor tweaking on the power output, a slight slackening on the tension coils, or lightening the weight of the frame, we take everything into account. We use vulture bones for a lot of the minor structural tweaks we make to our racers, try for the perfect balance of strength and weight. Even better, it's easy for us to get more, as the salt flats are littered with vultures. Maybe someone will give you a good price. 10 hollow vulture bones. Reasonable. Just another quest to pick up stuff from the area. And then Trackmaster Xerane's quest for us. A bump in the road. Probably don't want that. After the big crash with the goblins, Red Thunder Racer, and a Basilisk, Kronk Rider hired me to take care of the track. I don't know what all the animals on the flats are feeding on to grow so big. We have to be careful to thin them out so they won't wander onto the track when a race is going on. Tell you what, you want to go on and make a little profit, go on and remove the basilisks from the area. All kinds of basilisks. We got saltstone basilisks, saltstone crystal hides, saltstone gazers. Very good.
We shall meet again.
So we need to fight vultures, tortoises, scorpions, basilisks, and find car parts. Lots to do on the Shimmering Flats. Very, very simple and reasonable. Basilisk. And for the basilisks, we don't actually need to pick up any drops or anything. Like, rocket car parts just all over the place. That works. There's all kinds of different chunks. Some geezers, there's a vulture. And all manner of things out here. And you. Vulture. Hollow vulture bones. Grab me. Grab me. That's the last freeze we need. Let's fight all the guys we get to. They'll probably respawn or whatever. All of these are car parts, huh? My goodness. They really are just all over the place here. Saltstone. Just need the saltstone basilisks at this point. This is obviously a gear. That makes sense. It's more of a totem. It's going to be a variety of sections out here to get all the different spawns we're looking for. So Scorpion. Hardened tortoise shell. That is a king's blood. That is in fact not a car part. There's a hive guy. That's cool. A small dig site. Discovered. Well, this is a fine mess out here. What you don't need is sylphids. That's no good to anybody.
I'm out of range.
Not ideal.
Rage.
Of course. Scorpion. Rocket car parts. Looks like it's only a singular rocket car part per loot. Well, there's enough of them that's not a huge deal. Car part. Look at these guys. Going for a walk, having a great time. They're dead now. Bones. And sex. There's the car parts. It's like the Scorpion venom. We put it in a bottle. Very good. Getting all sorts of the drops we don't need for the quest too. Which is just gonna end up being mostly sold. But that's okay. So many things to pick up. Pretty wild. Always a good time when things stack in the inventory. Because if I were carrying around these many chunks of all these things, pretty out of control. There's a whole bunch of scorpions up there. That's great. Alright.
Too far away. I'm out of range.
There's another venom. And AoE also does a great job. Look at all the different pieces. A broken wishbone. Oh boy. There's a whole camp out here. Covered in scorpions. Generally not what you want. That's alright. Okay. Anything else in here? Not really. Let's just need one more scorpion. There's another shell. Fantastic. These are right. Yep, these are the right basilisks now. That's also great. That's the venom. Alright. Venom taken care of. Defeating the basilisks. Getting taken care of. There's a swirling vortex. Oh, that guy. Still need half of the vulture bones and roughly half of the tortoise shells. We've made it to the camp area here at the side of things. The rest of the actual camp's further that way, though. We're 2/3 of the way with the rocket parts. Basilisk down. Definitely no shortage of all the things out here. Just the absolute density of things we need to pick up and fight. You love to see it. Very efficient. Very cool. Taurus over here. We get him. No such luck. I don't think we're gonna find much we're looking for outside of the salt flats here. So we're not gonna do that. Put out the bits. Almost have enough parts now. Some of the rows should be complete. All the things. And core shell. Two more car parts. So only a few more of the basilisks here. On the actual last number there. That's why it wasn't complete. It's got so many things we need to fight. It's getting a little bit out of control. Germany. Basilisk. No. There's a rampage out here. Pretty wild. There's no shell. Amazing. That's enough of those. So now we just need a few more shells and ultra bones. Work with that. Here comes this guy. No shell. Amazing. Just want to say they're complete. Oh, here's where the tortoises live. Or where they used to live.
Need
We found a boat here. Wild. Alright. I see a few more vulture bones. We saw a few vultures going off this way, so there's probably more on this side. Vulture bone. There's a tin vein. See if we need to worry about thinning out in the other guys here. Or if we get enough vulture spawns. This looks like a place you get some vultures. Yeah. It just makes sense, doesn't it? There. From there. From there. And a bone there. Lovely stuff. Alright. I do find it slightly concerning that they're making their cars out of all these pieces. Apparently they're good pieces. They only explode constantly, showering the entire area in parts. That's probably fine. We're just going to hope for the best. Right, turn this in here. But we didn't kill any of the basilisks on the tracks themselves. It takes a long time for the carcasses to decay in the sun. Now they're not have to take a shovel out to clean up. Probably not.
Ancestors.
Should be good. Yeah, all the wildlife being able to just wander onto the tracks. Not ideal, obviously.
Talk to me.
Yeah, those bones for me. Just about to start working on lightening the steering rig. I don't want to open her up without all the parts I need. Yeah, there you go.
Hurry back.
Great. I can get the crew working on this right away. Thanks. Okay, a little bit of money here.
Glad I could help.
Okay, crew, get to work getting those bones installed. Yes, install the bones. A very reasonable plan. Goblin sponsorship. Our racing team is the pride of goblins everywhere. Be surprised at some of the people who contribute in one way or another to our team. You know, Gaslow? He tracks down parts from around the world for us. He even came down to work on one of our rigs once. A few weeks ago, he said he'd send us a new prototype fuel regulator, but it hasn't come yet. He's usually very prompt. Maybe you wouldn't mind going to Ratchet to ask him about it? I wouldn't be so pushy, but the gnomes are gaining on us. We were going to Ratchet anyway, so we can easily do that. All the explosives are also a fantastic choice. There's Lucky Johnson. They've definitely got a whole setup going here. It's pretty great. Turn stuff over here. They're constantly going out on races. Good time.
You're a tall one.
My brother is making progress with his new fuel design. That has me worried. You need to start working on a tortoise shell fuel tank as soon as possible. Hey, Kirkson, do you have those shells yet? Yes, we do. We're going to hand in the tortoise shells so we can make the fuel tank before we hand in the scorpion venom so we can make the new fuel that can melt through the old fuel tanks. Proper order and all that. You got that. Thanks there, Kirkson. Wow, these shells are harder than I thought. He's having a good time. When I work with them, I'll probably bend a whole box full of tools.
Off and away.
You need a box full of tools from Ratchet?
Good day to you.
Hi, did you get that venom? Yep. It's salty, it's venomous, incredibly corrosive.
Very good.
Should be great. Alright, this venom is going to work great. Thanks, Eric Exon. Now I just need to boil it down, apply Skipper Automer, add a Nega Catalyst, and drat. Where are my notes?
Alright, Ethan.
Martek the Exile. I'm developing a new engine that'll make the car go so fast. Fast enough to fly, I know it. I just need to make pistons that can handle very, very heavy stress. All my trials have failed because I can't make pistons hard enough. There's someone who might know how. His name is Martek the Exiled. He's a great smith and knows more about metal than anyone. Take him this letter, I know he can help. But he's far, far away, in Azeroth, in the Badlands, in a camp with a goblin. Find him. We have been to that camp in the Badlands. That's a bit further afield.
Off and away.
That's okay.
Need
But we
assistance?
grab everything here before we head out. Encrusted tail fins. A rocket car is the fastest thing on the flats. So fast that I'm afraid friction is going to tear it apart. To prevent that, I need to create a composite to coat the car's moving parts. Must be hard but not brittle. Must be resistant to salt corrosion. Or time spent on the shimmering flats will eat it away. Have you heard of the Vile Reef, Eric Erickson? It's off the coast of Stranglethorn Vale. Salt scale murlocs live there, and their tail fins are a crucial ingredient of my composite. 10 encrusted tail fins. We can do that. Stranglethorn Vale. We're going there. That's past Booty Bay and all that.
You have a great day now.
Lots of places to go. Lots of things to do.
You got my attention.
Eric Erickson. You've been out in the flats. Bring back the load of parts I wanted. Yes, we got so many parts you could probably make multiple entire cars. Of course, creating vehicles with shoddy and broken pieces that have been discarded generally is not a good plan. I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Watch your back.
Whoa, look at all that. There's some good stuff in that heap of junk. I'm sure I can pawn it off for a hefty sum. And is that an ear I see squashed between those two sheets of metal? Ouch. I sure wouldn't want to be that pilot. Thanks, Eric Erickson. Here's your pay. And here's some advice, free of charge. Look hard enough, you can always find profit in someone else's tragedy. Yeah.
Up with you.
Yeah. Okay. So let us get going. Next question. How do we want to get going? We need to go to Ratchet. That's up here. Flight path wise, I think we'd still be best just going to Gatchazan and fly from there up to Ratchet. And then also very possible that we end up with requests to continue even further in various directions. That's okay. When you go to Ratchet, when you go to Stranglethorn, off the coast of Stranglethorn, and the Barrens, which is a little bit the Badlands. Everything is a mess. All over here, huh? Go from Delsamar, I guess. I think Badlands should connect over to the side. Searing Gorge, maybe? This should be a path or something. Goes to somewhere. Badlands to Searing Gorge. Underground or something. That's alright. I have not been paying attention to where I've been walking. We've somehow managed to go straight where we need to go. I guess just coming straight out of here just puts you around Gadgetzhanen.
What can I do for you?
That's alright. Alright. To Ratchet.
Safe travel.
A bit of a distance. Well, that's alright. Anything else in here we need to worry about? Got it. Some stuff here. Move the stuff that we can just sell to a vendor while we pop by in Ratchet. Got a letter here we're delivering. Good Martek. I'm in a jam and I need your help. My brother and I are building a race car. We need strong pistons. Nothing that tries hard enough. Nothing can hold up to our new car's speed. And so the engine breaks down constantly. You're an expert in crafting with metal. You must help. You are the only one who can. Here are the piston's specifications. Length 32, width 12, weight 23.5 to 25.5. Conduction is 70, shear strength 98 or higher. Combobule rating super stout or higher. In case you forgot gnomish measurements, WW's is whisker widths. IBG's, the weights is itty bitty grams. And TC is toe curls. Measurements. Wild stuff. Okay. So things that are things we don't need. Anything that's gray, obviously. Anything that's soul-bound, also. These. Jewelry box is also soul-bound. A few bits of meats and such. These aren't too expensive. Some wool cloth, silk cloth. Punching moral. Light feathers, copper ores. Lost agates. Cold milk. Could be worth too much. Raw fish could be worth something for the whole cooking and all that. And also all the different other cooking stuff. If it's white, at least we'll do something. So. And then we have the greens and all the various bits here. Even the blue with the shard. Worth at least dumping into a market somewhere. At some point. Guess we'll have to consider how we plan to get back to the Shivering Flats once we go over here and then over here and then over here and over here and over here. Unless we get there is always the possibility that we get more places that we need to go from these other locations. But once we were in the middle of the Badlands, that's a ways away from anywhere else. We definitely take this griffin or to Thalsamar and walk into the Badlands, so that'll be fine. Vile Reef's here. Camp's here. Very close to the entrance to Stranglethorn Vale. Go to there. We've got some options. Generally, we either need to get to Darnassus and fly, or fly somewhere to get on a boat. Ratchet or Theramore. Also depends where the quests take us. 'Cause if we need to return to any of the locations here too, that changes our routing. So, not gonna worry about that just yet. Going to turn in all the other quests here first. I wouldn't call any of these really breadcrumb quests to any other location. This is talking to people we talked to previously.
Keep it quick, kid. I ain't
Pazik
got all
sent you,
day.
huh? You know, Pazik was one of the most respected tinkerers in Undermine before he retired to start working on the racers. First thing he did when he joined the team was develop the 2-engine model racers. Could be the business will suffer without him working with the Tinkerers Union. But who cares, right? There's nothing like the races.
Welcome to Ratchet. Hope
Goblin
you're looking for
sponsorship.
work.
Back to what you came here about. I know I promised Pazik that I'd deliver a new fuel regulator for him, but I still haven't received it yet. Robogaz over in Booty Bay said he'd have it shipped over, but it might be it slipped through the cracks somehow. If that's true, there's not much we can do about it. Or at least find out if it was dispatched from Booty Bay. Check with Wharfmaster Losgill over there. You should be able to check the cargo records. Yep. Easily done. It's just the guy right on the docks. Very convenient. Right. Convenient guy, Flightmaster. The ship is here. If we're quick about it, we might be able to get on the ship. That's a smart plan.
What's up?
I'm telling you, dropping off or picking up.
Have a good one.
Oh yes, parts for Crabble. I'm glad you're here. These things have been sitting out here for days. Afraid they'd rust.
Be
Request.
good.
Here's Carl's package here, Kirsten. You deliver it, tell him. Once more special orders, he'll have to pay his tab.
Keep it real.
Perfect. Now that is efficiency. On the boat to go to the next place we need to go. And you guys got stores. Oh, not. That's only the fancy bits. Very convenient. Once we get to Booty Bay, we can sell some stuff. That'll be fine. Here's Cravel's parts. That takes care of that. We had a little bit of time before the boat left. Here we go. That works. That works. And if we also go to somewhere with a auction house, we can offload all this stuff before heading back. Which is nice. Okay. Good. Riding on the water. Also an option.
Time is money, friend.
So
Be
sure.
good.
Shipments to Ratchet? Let me just check the logbooks. No, the most recent shipment I have on record of going out to Ratchet were boots from Drizzlick. Hasn't been much else other than building supplies and tools. Definitely no race parts.
Keep it real.
Suspicious. I'm afraid I can't be of much more help to you, Eric Erickson. If you'd like to follow up on it more, suggest you go hit up the Baron himself. If there's anyone who knows Relagaz's business, it's Relagaz. Found at the tavern across the harbor, top floor.
Have a good one.
Alright. To the tavern. And to the store. I'll allow a store in the tavern. That'll work perfectly fine. Up in here. Off the dragons don't fit. Sell some stuff.
Hey, yeah.
Cheap stuff too.
Keep it real.
A little bit of extra space. Top floor. or thereabouts. Out here with these guys.
Keep your nose clean in my town. Well met, traveler.
Oh, sure, of course. I know what you're talking about. Nope, can't help you though. So my men were supposed to go track down the blueprints for the fuel regulator, but they came back empty-handed.
I have work for one such as you.
See, the venture company Shredders out in Lake Nesferiti in northern Stranglethorn have been equipped with a new model fuel regulator, seeing that Pozic would be able to take advantage of it if he could get some details. Unfortunately, Kozil, the foreman out there, appears to be a little more clever than I gave him credit for. Seems like he might have more luck finding the blueprints, though. I know he keeps them in his house. They're almost certainly under lock and key. So, another quest out here in Stranglethorn. I guess this almost counts as go to Stranglethorn and do stuff. 'Cause we're definitely going to Stranglethorn and we're definitely doing stuff. Yeah. Perhaps. We've already done all the things out here, so there's not additional quests you can pick up along the way. That's alright. We need to go to the Val Reef, the lake, and the expedition. All very much up at the north here. Once again, a little bit of a trek. That's okay. Going to the Vile Reef. Might use our hydrocane so we can breathe underwater. Even with a level 32 staff instead of our actual weapons, I'm sure we can take down what we need to take down there to get the tail fins. Or we just kind of deal with being underwater. It's not too bad. Should be fine. Okay. All sorts of packages we're delivering. That works. We'll probably end up with more packages once we have more things we're doing. So far, nothing is saying to return to Ratchet. But once we get the parts for the regular, we might have to track back through there. Again, that will determine if we need to actually go to Ratchet. So if we can just loop back past all that, we might end up just going to the Caverns of Time. Then ride up from there. But that's pretty close to the Raceway. Closer than other options, at least. Okay. Let's go to the Vile Reef first here. So get over to the ocean side. Over this way. Got panthers stealthing. There's a possibility that some enemies could have like stuns and things we need to worry about. Depends if they actually can get them off, though, is the thing. Iron possibly. Get there from here. We got a stack of iron. Might as well. Yay. And some rocks. Can never have too many rocks. Vile Reef, right out here. Fins, specifically, are from Salt Scale Murlocs. Alright. The Vile Reef. Let's see if we can find these Murlocs, shall we? There's a boat. Yes, skeleton. I think that means you can have breath. That's pretty fun. No real Murlocs immediately here. They'll be somewhere out here in the Vile Reef. Anything in the boats? Not these ones, at least. There are a lot of boats, though. It is a whole situation out here. Fly through this rock. Swim through it, even. Very agile. Very cool. Could be deeper down. See if we can switch to the hydro cane too. That could work. Oh. Solid scale foraging. There we go. That is, in fact, what we were looking for. We are quite a ways down here. Indeed. Thin, beautiful. Very thin. Very good. Like I can just dash forward underwater. It's pretty great. All of our plans work. Everything's fantastic. Yeah, a lot of things. Like a bridge underwater here. Very neat. Salt scale, guys. Very salty. Very scaled. We seem to have a good drop chance on the fins here. Well, that's nice. That one. And that one. Beautiful. Very good. Set straight up here. Yep. Got another piece of the Greenhill's String of Thorn. There's a lot of pieces of that. A lot of pages. Right. Just pop straight through this area. Go over to the camp. Should be good. Here. 42. 90. I always have to wonder what people think we're up to. Just level 80s. Showing up. Just random places. It's all good. Let's see if this is going to be Nessuary Jr. There's a possibility that they just changed the text from when they had Nessuary himself go to the other place. Okay, it's Nessuary Jr.
You got my attention.
My father is off to more exotic locations in search of bigger prey. Don't worry though, we're still on the hunt here. Perfect. I guess that does beg the question, what is the Burning Crusade Hemet Nessuary up to? We've got another Hemet Nessuary Jr. over there.
Off with you.
Does make a huge difference. Is that desert dust on your collar? When those tells true, say it's not desert dust, it's desert salt. Where are the Shimmering Flats, have you? Indeed.
Safe travels.
Great, my package from Coalbeard. Thank you, Eric Erickson. This crate holds special gauge ammunition. My father swears by it. It'll serve us well out in the jungle. Here's your pay, and tell me, how's crusty old gravel these days? Up to no good, I'd wager.
See you soon.
Now, this is where you would get asked to do all the expedition quests. And oh my gosh, how many expedition quests there are. But since we already did that, we're just free to get on with it. It being literally anything else. And that's alright. Let's go to the lake over here. Sounds like we're going to need to get the key off of the leader guy here. Then open up his shape. Please, box or whatever. Fish in the water. Ventrico Mechanics. Ventrico Operating Center. Let's see if we can just head in here. Any of you that we're looking for? Lumberjack. Get a chest here. Worth it. Yeah. Y'all got a key? It's probably gonna be the leader guy. Yeah, there's another page. Okay. Here's the shack. We'll see if he's in. He's not in. Where's the key? Well, we'll steal his food anyway. Hogshanks. Indeed. Kozzel's key. So let's go find Kozzel. And murder him. Where would a leader guy be? Try up top here. This could be anywhere out here also. Operations Center. No line of sight. Kozzel. There he is. Another page and a key. All kinds of good stuff. You think the dragon could at least do some fall damage mitigation, but no. Fuel regulator blueprints. There we go. Alright. We got the tail fins, which need to return to the Shimmer Flats. We got the parts, which we need to bring back to the Shimmer Flats. We need to go to the Badlands. Bring the fuel regulator to Booty Bay. I guess we need to go to Booty Bay for now. It's still down there. Well, if we end up back at Booty Bay, probably not. We fly to Booty Bay and then to any more. We're gonna go to Iron Forge. To there, to Badlands. But then we'd be kind of off track for getting back to the Shimmering Flats. If we go back up to Thelsamar, go to Menethil, take a boat to such and such. Or just come back to Booty Bay. We got options. Alright. Well. Yo! Do we think that's gonna bring us back to there? We'll go this way. Time-wise, this will be fine.
Hurry back!
We will see. We will see. Definitely still quicker to come up to here and fly back down than walk in the path. It's definitely quicker. Flight paths. Always a good time. What wildly different auction prices for these pages of the Green Hills of Stranglethorn. Also got a broken electro lantern. That's alright. An amazing shield here. It's reinforced, but not very well reinforced. It's not a very good shield. It's got armor. That's alright. Our shield's a little bit better. Very fancy. So you got the thunder. Titan steel shield wall. All sorts of good stuff. We even made this ourselves. Wild. Alright. So get the instructions down here. See if we need to get anything else for this. It's very possible. It's very possible. If we need to get the items to make the fuel regulators. Probably could have just smashed and grabbed some fuel regulators that they were using, but that's not a sustainable model here, so we need the actual blueprints here. Also good. This is going to lead us quite near where we need to be here on the flight path. Jump up onto here. Yep. This is probably not a great plan. I'm gonna give it a shot though. Yep. Unnecessary. Unnecessary. Back and forth, back and forth. Here we go.
Adventure awaits. Well met, traveler.
Much as I hate to admit it, that gnome team they have out there is pretty good. Our boys need every edge they can get.
Keep your nose clean.
Let me
in
just
my
get a
town.
copy of these blueprints for my own notes. You can bring these straight to Pazik. We want him to think that one of his sponsors was abandoning him.
I have work for one such as
Look at this reputation. You should be all set to go. Give Pazik my regards. Tell him that if he ever needs anything, not to hesitate to ask. I'll be waiting with the news that he breaks the track record soon. Back to the Shimmering Flats. Alright. So now,
Well met.
that was a good jump. I think from here, we could just fly up there, and then use the... If we fly up there, then we can use the Hearthstone to get back. I think that's in general going to be a good plan here. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the point.
Let's go through Elsamar.
Very good.
That should work. Return. Badlands. So we're just bringing this letter there. But he's gonna. We're asking him about metals. It's very possible that he's going to want us to do something, like get some metal for him, or the such. Like, we will see. Doesn't want to sell here yet. Got a lot of different potions. Greater healing, lesser mana, regular healing. Got these fortitude potions we needed to purchase because we only need a few of those. But this fish oil that's worth basically nothing. And some scales worth basically nothing. Let's have a good vendor price. Generally, can sometimes not be really worth trying to sell things that are close-ish to their vendor price. That's gray. Cornbread apple. It says it has auction value, but it's just food. Haven't had much good with that. Wild hog shank, again, food. Food also has level requirements. So, technically, lower level food could be useful for lower level players, slightly. It's got half the value. It's not terrible. I'm just not gonna worry about that. I do not have high hopes of selling the pages here. That's okay. Anything else we got in here with slightly odd values that we can just chuck instead of worrying about? A lot of these are not a huge amount. That's okay. We're taking what we can get here. That's alright. Where are we at now? Flying. Oh, Wind Forest. Very good. Do like some flight paths. Gets you where you need to go. Don't have to worry about it too much. Well, you can also not worry about it too much if you just can fly and just point yourself in a direction. Only need to worry about some mountains and stuff. That's alright. Good on everything else. We'll just chuck all this somewhere. I mean, since we're flying straight past Stormwind, could have stopped here. Didn't though. That's alright. We will make do. Inventory's not completely full just yet. It's just mostly full. And that has a lot to do with us constantly bringing around an entire extra set of gear. Could have a lot more space if we didn't do that. But then we wouldn't be prepared to tank things. So, that's alright. This gnomish army knife is pretty nice though. Combining hammer and a pick. And I guess flint and tinder. Don't really have the ability to use a micro adjuster, arc light spanner, or a skinning knife. Still, very convenient. There's dragon up here. Having a fun time. And some expedition guys. Crocodile. I think it's probably a very deliberate design choice to put the burning steps and the searing gorge along the flight paths between other lower level zones. It's like, look at this cool lava place. You want to get to the cool lava place? You have to play a bit longer. Keep playing the game, then you can go to the cool lava place. And all that kind of stuff. Because it's definitely a cool looking place. Like, wow, there's really high level things here. Someday. Someday. And we have quite easily made it past that day. Very good. Okay. Some wild turns right there. Alright. Sure. And up above here. Still part of the Searing Gorge. All these kind of like in-between areas. Possibly all gonna be gone soon. It's definitely going to be interesting. We will worry about that later. For right now, there is no calamity upon us just yet. Getting closer, though. Getting closer. See if we can't get things done here. On the quests, we are currently at 559 out of 700. Still, quite a few to go. Definitely getting there. Getting helped along quite a bit by the one step go talk to the next person quests. Nothing too complicated. Alright. Although the extra travel ones do take a little bit longer. That's alright. dead bear right there. There's a dead bear right there. There's a dead bear right there. There's an alive bear. How rare. Dead bear. The grizzled black bears have seen better days, it seems. Works for me. Right out to the middle of the Badlands. Should be fine. Just wandering right past here. Past the dungeon. Not going in there right now. Should be having a few more dungeon-related quests at some point here. Not right now, though. Unless we need to get metal from the dungeon for this quest. Entirely possible. It could happen. I'm gonna pause over there. A little bit out of the way. We mine when there is easy opportunity to do so. Unless it's more fancy ore, then we go slightly more out of the way. But these guys, they're on the run. Alright. Kind of around this mountain here. Should be about where we need to be. At the spot where there's the whole camp right here. There's a symbol there. Badlands guys. Just slightly higher level. Again, possibly a breadcrumb quest brings you to this camp. You see there's more quests here. But we've already done all the quests. So, that's okay. Well, you found me. Good for you. Hear about that axe I made for Gal Ilzog? Are you here to reclaim Justice Heme's honor? Actually, I don't care which it is. If you're here to fight, let's get it over with. What?
For the Horde.
Fizzle sent you. Well, that changes things. Of course I'll help you. Fizzle and his brother are two of the few people who don't want me dead. So Fizzle wants to make pistons, eh? Pistons strong enough to take whatever stresses he has planned. If I know Fizzle, this new car of his is a volcano on wheels.
May your blades never dull.
Not too far off. I'm not out here just to stay away from people. There's a wealth of metal in the Badlands, Eric Erickson, if you have the guts to get it. Metal's called Endurium, and as luck would have it, it's rumored to possess high resistance to heat and stress. It might work for Fizzle's car. Let's make sure. We have samples of Endurium, and I'll test its properties. True Endurium ore lies deep in Oldemon, but the stone vault trogs of the Badlands sometimes have flakes of it on them. Bring me those flakes. So the stone vault trogs.
Be safe.
Okay. I think those guys were down here. All the trogs. They are around. Here's an iron deposit right on our path. We'll mine that. So we need 10 flakes. As expected, we would need to do a little bit of work to get these new kind of metal here. No surprise whatsoever. Yep, here we go. Trogs. Here. And it did say some of them were in Oldemon. We will see how that goes for us.
Too far away.
These guys. I'm getting a huge amount of flakes here. A couple flakes. You. Half the flakes. Ember Wand of Spirit. How fancy. Flakes here. Okay. Everybody's dead here. We can find any other sorts of trogs somewhere. Spawning. Yeah, they're gonna spawn in, that'd be fantastic. We can work with that. Another fancy thing. Gonna spawn more. Possible. I wonder if there's any other Trog camps. Move this one. Could be some more around. I mean, there's one.
I need to get closer.
Come on. That's a sixth plate. Flake thing. Just kind of stick around here. We got 6 from clearing everything out. In theory. Around the sides here. Can't buff. There's a lot of ogres and such. Those are definitely not Trogs, though. Could be a waiting on respawns situation. This old 42 guy over there. Like, why have you killed all the Trogs? Trog. Nope. The corpses are disappearing, so that's a flavor of progress here. We'll see if we need to actually get the stuff from Oldemon. It's very possible. Competition. What if his quest is just killing the Trogs? Not sure what other things you have. Faster respawns would be nice. Anything in here? No. Now the entire place is empty. I'm trying to think if there's any other Trogs around. I don't really think so. These ones have the drown. That's alright. Awkward. You're supposed to do other stuff? Yeah. Nothing to be done. Like, pick up some extra quests, go do stuff while you wait. Would make sense, wouldn't it? Unfortunate. Well, hopefully once actually start spawning from our respawns, there'll actually be a huge pile of them here. Because we definitely came in here and killed them quite quick. It was an entire thing. Some good disenchants on these. Little fire wand. And bracelets. You really just cannot see behind the gloves. That's alright. Well, while we wait. Try castle. Disenchant these. There's something like disenchant to fancier stuff though, since it's such a higher price. And in that case, probably will not make less inventory space used. Yep. Well, that's alright. Now we just need to hope that we can at least get 4 more flakes here. Because if we can't, it's gonna be a problem. There's one. Really could use some dynamic respawning at sometimes. Like there's certain situations where you wouldn't want it, because then things would spawn too quickly on you. And especially like in caves, if you want to leave and everything is spawned behind you. For our purposes here, would be convenient. Blink. Only need 2 more. So, if things go well, we won't even need to wait for the entire groups to respawn here. There's some guys.
I'm out of range.
Flink. Nothing. Agonizing. There we go. When it works, it works. Could have went and looked around to see if there was any other tracks, but none that I really recall. Wow, that worked well enough. That's our deposit. Yoink. Nice to be seeing the higher level ores as we get up to higher level areas here. Very good stuff. Okay. Turn this in here.
Speak, friend.
You find any Endurium flakes there, Kexen? My forge heated up and ready to test them.
Go
Indeed.
forth to victory.
Ah yes, these will do fine. Let's put them in some heat and see how they fare.
Strength.
Let's go for it. Let's heat up these flakes. So far they're holding. Let's turn up the heat. My organ, the Endurium can withstand massive heat. Successful test, Kexen. This Endurium is some amazing stuff. Very good.
What do you need?
Endurium has amazing resistance to heat. I'm sure it'll work for Fizzle's pistons. He'll need true Endurium ore, not just the flakes. To get the ore, it must be mined from deep within Oldamon, on the northern borders of the Badlands. That is the true source of Endurium. Send Fizzle Breastwelts my regards, and tell him what I told you. Safe travels, Erkexen. It won't surprise me if we meet again. Once Fizzle learns of Endurium, he'll probably send you to Oldamon to acquire it. But we need to speak to Fizzle in Thousand Needles. I mean, we could totally just go and get it right now. Save us a trip, but apparently not.
For the Horde.
Just go talk in Thousand Needles. Alright. So, stand in a fire. Pro tip. Yo, blacksmith, so I can sell some stuff to you. Okay.
Glad I could help.
So we need to get there. Arston. We'll go to the Caverns of Time. Because we don't need to return to Ratchet, Buoy Bay, or anything. This will work nicely. Always a good time heading back to Dalaran, using all the teleporters. It really is a very convenient place to be. Except for an auction house. Then would be the only place you ever need to go. So, it's definitely something. And we can't use the dragon mount inside the city. So, that's another point down for Dalaran. Well, that's okay. Alright, Caverns of Time. That'll work. That'll work nicely. And we're outside. Ride a dragon down into the Caverns of Time, or ride a dragon out of the Caverns of Time.
Too far away.
We got 1.6 million health. All these dragons right here. He's only got 7,000 health. The Bronze Dragonflight. Out here in full force. Very good. Okay. We don't technically need to go to Gadget Stand here. We need to get up past it into Thousand Needles. We have like requests here for later. Got some repeatable quests. Lost tablet. Calm before the storm. Juga. Worry about that later. That's definitely much higher level. We're kind of trying to do this in level order here right now. We're definitely getting there. We've cleaned up the sub 35s at least. For the most part. Definitely more to be done. Like jumping over a hyena. Having a good time. It's always so bold when low-level creatures attack you. Definitely a strategy on their part. Okay. Very real possibility that we get sent back to Oldemon, like he said. We will see about that. Go around town. Read around town. Similar. Back to plants. And all the broken mess that it is out here. I'm sure, given all these new parts to make the cars even more stressed and everything, it's faster and more dangerous, it's just going to go well for everybody. I'm sure this is all going to be just fine. Nothing's gonna wander onto the tracks. Yeah, that'll be great. Let's turn these in. Other machinery. Doing all kinds of stuff. Alright.
Watch out.
To make a ratchet and get those parts? Yep.
Watch your back.
Great, you got them. Now we need to get them to the gnomes, but first, let's take out one small item.
Off with you.
What's he doing? There's the crate of parts on the ground. What's he gonna get? He's opening it. Grabs a part and puts it in his pocket. There, that should do it. That's not suspicious at all.
How are you?
Now that I have what I need, give these parts to Fizzle Brass Bolts. He's been waiting a long time for them. I'm sure he won't miss the little piece I removed from his order. I wouldn't bother mentioning it to him. It was small and worthless, trust me.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it was a safety mechanism that has been removed.
Honored, I'm sure. Very well, then.
Hey, Kirkstein, you're back. You found Martek? You spoke with him? What did he say? Can he help? Tell me, tell me, tell me. You can choose a reward. We'll take a wand,
Off and away.
which we can't wield. Listens as Emerson tells him of the adventures in the Badlands. Astounding. So then Endurium is the key. Indeed. Or probably.
Hi, how
It would work at least. You have something for me? That's great, let's see it. Delicate car parts. From the box.
Alrighty, then.
There they are. My hydro ratchets and repeater bolts. You'll do just fine, thank you.
Very good.
It's not asking about the Endurium, but I'm sure we'll get there eventually.
How are you?
You have the tail fins? If you can't protect our car from its own speed, then it won't last long in these races. Yep.
Be seeing you.
Thank you, Eric Erickson. After I grind these down and fuse them with a few other ingredients, they can possibly be ready. And after that, the car will be safe from its own speed. Safe, as long as it doesn't hit anything.
You have a great day now.
He's got a quest.
Talk to me.
The Rumor Monger. Now that we've done a service for the gnomes, it's time to do the goblins a favor. I hear the Goblin Racer pilot, Naz Steamboil, didn't always use that name. I wondered why he changed it. I wondered if it's a secret, and I wonder if he values that secret. If anyone knows the truth, then it's Krasik of Booty Bay, on the southern tip of Stranglethorn. Please Krasik and ask him about our goblin pilot. If you get any useful information from him, then we might just turn this into a profit from it.
Off with you.
Booty Bay again, huh? Here. Jump, jump, jump.
I is money, Brad.
That one's
Keep it real.
Excellent. Did you manage to track down the fuel regulator? Got some blueprints.
Right back.
I was hoping that would be already assembled, but this does present a unique opportunity to improve on the design from the ground up. Thanks, Eric Erickson. I'll be able to sketch up some improved schematics, build the thing, and have it installed real soon.
Glad I could
The
help.
18th pilot. I'm going to be busy with working on integrating this new fuel regulator to our racer designs. If you'd like to help out the team some more, talk to Razoric. He's our pilot, well, our 18th pilot, to be exact. And he likes to add his own little modifications to the racers. He's a little off his rocker, though, so try not to act too surprised.
Keep it real. Yo.
And you keep in pace. The Rasbolt's brothers have discovered a new building material. That's the only explanation that makes sense. Their cars have been operating faster than before, but their designs and all the other data we've gathered from their runs is identical. What we do know is that Rizzle Brassbolts has been focused on the plans for this new discovery almost constantly. Zemek can create a diversion for you, so you can steal those plans from them. Zemek can create a diversion and steal Rizzle's plans for Pozig.
Right back.
That. It just keeps on going. It just keeps on going. Razor,
Money, Brad.
you're the dwarf that's been helping Pozig out, right? I was like you once, run around the pit area, helping with whatever work the mechanics would let me do. Now look at me, the guy on the racing team's pilot extraordinaire.
Glad I could help.
It's squeaky. Pozig's a great mechanic, I know that. He's afraid to just load on the firepower and grab on for the ride. Not me, though. After Pozig finishes with a racer, I take a little time to put my own modifications on. You know, loosen up the controls, removing parts of the frame, add more juice. Or a C4ium booster from Shrev at the Gizmorium in Gatchazan. Apparently, the Zeppelin is being sent on, crashed into Dustwallow Marsh. I gotta have it, Eric Erickson. Retrieve the C4ium booster for Razoric. Crashed in the Dustwallow Marsh. Boy.
Keep it real.
How inconvenient. Zamek's distraction.
Hey, how you doing?
Let's go.
Be good.
We're doing a distraction. I think we're playing both sides. So, that's the whole thing. It's probably fine. What kind of distraction are we doing? And where can we grab the thing we need? Yeah, things go boom. Oh boy. So we need to grab the planes in here. Yoink. F. Scribbled in a hasty, hurried hand, scroll of notes and designs for the refinement of some raw material. Real schematics describe the process of refinement of Indurium ore. From his scrawls, it's apparent that Indurium ore is being obtained from the dwarven excavation site of Oldemon in the Badlands, which the other notes relate to the heat-resistant properties. Use of the paperweight for the plans is a hunk of what appears to be unrefined Indurium ore. Bring the sample to Pozig. Yeah, we know all about Indurium. We're the ones that went and figured that out. We have a race to the bottom here. The bottom being a crater. When all the helping we're doing makes the racers so quick they just explode.
Talk to me.
Endurium? Interesting. It's capable of resisting heat to the degree that you say. We explain the performance increase the gnomes have displayed of late. The sample you've brought to me will be invaluable also. I'll be able to perform some tests on this. I'll need more for this to actually be of any use to us.
Right back.
Okay.
What's up?
Endurium ore. I'd like to integrate Endurium into different parts of our racers, but I need large amounts of raw Endurium to create these parts. Find Endurium ore in the Ultimon excavation in the Badlands, across the sea in Casmodon. The gnomes are getting their own supply of it, so it's important we get our own to keep pace with them. Bring them Endurium ore. And it looks like it is a repeatable bring them Endurium ore. These guys already have it. Interesting. Okay. So I guess we can hop over to Oldemon and Buda Bay and Dustwall Marsh. Dustwall Marsh is right here. So, somewhere in Dustwall Marsh, you say? Oh boy. Well. Technically, we can also just purchase the Endurium. I guess we can try that. It's a repeatable quest. Don't know if that even counts for the quest numbers, but we can do it at least once here. Get him some Endurium. So that just leaves us with go to Booty Bay and Dustwall Marsh, which is totally doable. Next time. Goodbye.